Hi everyone! So today I wanted to do a quick video on the best books I have read in 2023. I have read so many books this year and I just wanted to go through all of them and pick out the very best books that I really enjoyed. Like, I feel like all of my books are amazing, but I wanted to talk about the very best ones that I love and enjoyed the most. I tried to make the list short, but I really couldn't make it short, so this list is about 30 books, but we will go through them as fast as I possibly can. And if you want to see more in-depth discussion about the books, then you could check out my videos where I do talk about the books on this list. But anyway, let's get started. Lost Animals: Extinction in the Photographic Record. This book is so emotional because it really just deep dives into each extinct animal that we lost because of humans' selfish behavior. And I feel like it's really important to remember the animals we have lost so we don't repeat history. If you forget history, you will repeat it. The World Mythology book. When I first got this book, I was like, I'm probably not going to like it. And then, I liked it, but then I read it again. And now I love it, like, even more. Like, I just sat down one day and I focused really hard and I was like, whoa. Like, there is so much in this book that I didn't even realize how good it was. Like, honestly, like, it's so amazing. Like, I love it a lot. And I think this is one of my best mythology books I have. I also really enjoyed The Definitive Guide to Greek Mythology. I love this book so, so much. Like, honestly, sometimes you appreciate a book a lot more if you read it a second time. Like I said before, all of my books are amazing. I love all of my books. But, like, some of them I just had to reread. But when I reread this book, I just loved it even more. It's like when you watch a movie, but then you rewatch it and you notice things that you hadn't before. But this book, from the get-go, I've always loved. Demons and Demonology. Okay, this book is sinister. It's insidious feeling. It's creepy. It's so in-depth. I love it. Like, every page is just so intriguing in the most creepy feeling way. Like, when I'm reading this book, I feel like I might possibly summon a portal to hell. It's just an amazing book, in depth, that just deep dives so well. The Forest in Folklore and Mythology. This is another book that I reread and then appreciated a lot more. There is things in this book that I cannot even believe were included. Like, honestly, it just does an amazing job at mentioning all different topics in one book. It's just amazing. It's, like, so interesting, regardless of what chapter you're in. You know how some people have the Bible? Well, I have the Lilith. Like, I love this book. I read it a lot whenever I can. I just think that Lilith is so amazing and so empowering. I just feel like she is that goddess, She's really, really amazing. And I feel like the more I read this book, regardless of how many times I read it, I just am always just becoming more obsessed with Lilith. I also wanted to mention merpeople because a lot of mermaid books are so, like, not bad, but just so written for kids, Like, mermaids are like Ariel from Disney, pretty much, is what a lot of books try to, I guess, say. A lot of people are under the impression that mermaids are for kids, but that isn't true. Mermaids are very much cannibals that eat men. So I really do love this book because it deep dives into the history of mermaids and the stories behind them. I wish this book was more popular because then I feel like more people would know the lore behind mermaids. But anyway, warriors, witches, women, mythology's fiercest females. If you really want to empower yourself through mythology, get this book. It is the perfect feminist mythology book. But anyway, The Complete Book of Devils and Demons. This book is also really great at discussing demonology. Reading this was really, really fun, as well as the Book of Celtic Myths. For some reason, I had a really hard time understanding Celtic mythology and getting into it, but once I got this book, it was like I unlocked a portal and went into some library that could give me all of the knowledge I needed. This book is perfect. Like, honestly, if you want to get somebody a book on the topic of Celtic mythology, just get them this one if they don't have it already, because this one is amazing. Probably the best Celtic mythology book out there. But next up is paganism. This book is also really, really important to read because it discusses how Christianity basically ruined polytheism and turned pagan into a slur, sadly. I'm polytheistic, so I got this book as a way to learn the history, and I was stunned to learn how much was destroyed and how many people were harmed at the hands of Christians. Which is also why I recommend When God Was a Woman. This book digs even deeper into the topic. This book is amazing. Get this book. Honestly, if your Barnes & Noble has it, pick it up. Reading through this is like so much at once because it discusses so much different witchcraft. Plus, it is so, so pretty and well written. But anyway, the horned god of the witches. Like I said before, Christianity destroyed some things. And one of the things it destroyed was how people view horned gods. So if you want to open your eyes and learn some new things, then read this. As well as Women and Other Monsters, because women have been painted out to be monsters. And understanding how mythology affects religion and how religion affects people explains, I feel like, why society is so messed up. But this is a really good book on Celtic myth and religion. The other Celtic mythology book I mentioned is perfect, of course, but this one is also pretty good. This is, I would say, a great book if you want to get into the religion and I guess practice it yourself. I also wanted to mention the Penguin Book of Hell because it is sinister and creepy. It gave me chills reading it. It is just a very intriguing book and I learned a lot of new things from it. I've also learned a lot more from In Defense of Witches. There has been so much oppression that witches have faced, so learning the history of it and seeing how it affects the modern world is very important. Also, I love the book Ancient Magic, A Practitioner's Guide to the Supernatural in Greece and Rome. Like, I would say out of all of the supernatural ancient magic books I have, this is probably the best one. Because it just does a great job at going into every single topic without over-explaining everything. And I love this angel book. A lot of angel books just talk about who each angel is and what they do, but this angel book really just deep dives into a deeper way of thinking about angels that I hadn't really noticed before. Like, I've always tried to think deeply about angels, but sometimes picking up one of these Oxford books just helps you see things from a different perspective and widen your view. It's amazing. But lastly, the Unicorn Tapestries. I love unicorns so much, and I originally had this book as a kid, but I lost it, never got it back, so recently I did get it back, and I love it so much because of the artwork and also the writings in the book about the artwork, about unicorns, symbolism, meanings. The book is sadly out of print, but if you ever find it anywhere, pick it up. But yeah, that is all of my favorite books that I have read this year. The best books I have read in 2023. Tell me yours down in the comments. I will see you in the next video. Bye!